everyone, Joshua Hanlon here at Brick Cascade 2022 in Portland, Oregon, and today we're taking a look at this massive collaborative project. This is the Bunkers project with over 50 builders who've brought 140 different bunker units from all sorts of themes and inspiration here. We've got a couple of the builders who have helped put this project together. They're going to take us through and show some of the amazing creativity here. So you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Dave Morgan. I helped on this last year, and I'm actually a theme coordinator for this year, and it's been a blast. And then I inducted this guy to help us out.
Yeah, I'm Rob Willing. I'm, I guess the title I've been given this year is the Bunker Master. So the creators, the builders of the bunkers brought the bunkers to me, and then as they kind of showed up, we figured out how to kind of Tetris it all together, and then after we had it set up, the ones that didn't have lights integrated, we tried to add some extra lights with Christmas lights and things like that. So it's been a blast, and it's always nice to see the collab continue to grow year after year. So.
And it's interesting because we have single bunkers, but we have double wide, triple high, 3x3s. So that's why when he talked about Tetrising, he wasn't kidding. We have L-shaped bunkers, so we have to kind of figure out how to put them all together.
Yeah, and I love to see this coming back. I know we did a video a couple of years ago, I think 2020 Brick Cascade, when you had kind of initially gotten all this together. So now there's even more. There's obviously lots of new ones. So let's jump on in here. Kind of this first section on the right. Take us through some of these bunkers.
Yeah, so a few of these bunkers are repeats from 2020, like America Bunker here by by Andy Olson. Real creative. It's always nice to see how creative you can be in a small space and how much detail you can get in a very little compact area. The Hulk here, the Incredible Hulk, holding up the Spinning a Dream bunker. That was actually a late entry. We got that Saturday morning.
Very late.
Very, very late. But it's a testament to creativity and what you can do with just some random pieces. Because a lot of those actually came from the convention itself. Because there's vendors over there in one of the corners selling bulk by the pound. And so they just gathered up a bunch of pieces and built that overnight and brought it in early in the morning. So yeah, it's always fun to see those late entries come in. A lot of the classic sets we're seeing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles making a comeback, going through their little battle scene. Ursula's Lair from Little Mermaid is in there. Spelunker's Bunker is always popular just because it has that moving waterfall. The motion brings a lot of attention to that particular bunker, and a lot of people ask, like, how do they do that? So it's interesting trying to figure out, okay, how did they do that? Because I didn't build it.
The glass work here is really cool as well, kind of that broken, chipped glass effect.
Yeah, so the diamond-esque stuff in there, and then, you got, since it's Spelunkers, you got a skeleton hanging upside down, just the little nuggets, Easter eggs that they can impart in just such a compact little space is quite impressive.
One of the ones I really like, which was here before, was this triple high missile silo or rocket or whatever it is. The interesting part is, last time it was on the bottom and there was a bunker above it. And I'm going, I don't think I want to live in the bunker above it. This time, Rob was smarter and put it on the top. So
I imagine this little house like flips up and then you can fire the missile.
There you go, yeah.
That's the story I've been given to a few of the kids that have asked, like, what is it going to do?
That's very Batman-esque.
Exactly, yeah.
I love this one here with all of the different characters over the years, like minifigure types represented.
Yeah, so it was kind of how do you survive in a minifig world if you're not a traditional minifig? So they've been collecting a lot of those interesting little figurines and putting them in there. And then the one next to it here, which is kind of chaos in a bunker, is actually done by one of the T-Falls local to the area. So it's really cool even to see that it isn't just our really experienced builders, but a lot of the kids with parents in either the lug or the convention making creations and bringing those in, because it's a great entry point, because it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to have a whole lot of parts. It's just do what you feel within the dimensions. And real creative stuff coming out of this collab.
It's very manageable that way as well, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Well, yeah, and it's obviously easy to build something overnight, like we were talking about, because, again, it doesn't take a lot of parts and it's quick. And so if you have an idea, you can whip it together with whatever you have.
Perfect. We'll keep making our way to kind of the next section. Then we mentioned the rocket already. What else do we have?
We got the Brook Nook Bunker, which is a library and a bunker. Got to have storage for literature and things like that. And then below that, the Buddy Bunker. It's kind of a Harry Potter kind of Slytherin type feel to it. And then next to that is the Crypt of the Necromancer, the army of skeletons, as a lot of the kids have come to coin it. Real creative build with the especially the snot bricks in the back to kind of make the lair.
And then the sheep. I'm not quite sure what to make of the sheep.
In the golden pen.
In the golden pen, yes, exactly. Yep. Above that, another favorite with the kids is the Minecraft set, or the Minecraft bunker, complete with the obsidian portal to the nether behind it and other little Easter eggs throughout.
The one above it is the one that I like. It's the Tron bunker. What I really like about that is it's using this rope LED lighting that I actually hadn't seen before. And when we had an After Dark event last night, it really looks good. It's a deep blue against the black. It looks really good. It's a great Tron light cycle and then the other bunker next to it.
Yeah, and then the bunker above that one is going to be our fire department bunker. That was done. It's the same individual that did the hospital, which doesn't have any patients and/or doctors. We can't find doctors these days. And then your typical warehouse above it. But that was all done by a builder. That real creative stuff.
There's an attempt at safety in the bunkers, at least.
There is. Yep. And then when you're done with the safety stuff, you kind of get into the party mood, and that's where the Looney Tunes bunker comes into play. A lot of colors, beautiful lighting. The minifigs are another thing that the kids just kind of recognize and latch onto, and it's cool to see them start to kind of piece together the different pulp culture, especially when you get the parents. Like, these are the cartoons I grew up with, and it kind of like, oh, I guess I am kind of getting a little older in my age, but still young at heart. So, and then speaking of young at heart, we have the Everything in Space is awesome. Right above it, very beautiful, colorful kind of replication of the, I think it was Everybody is Awesome that Lego put out. So it's really cool just kind of see that get integrated with the collab.
You got to give something to the classic space fans always.
Absolutely, yep. And even today, I mean, because the Lego movie made it popular again with the space theme, everybody's like, it's Benny! So yeah, they're having a great time with it. Let's see.
One of the return ones that we have down below is a Tauntaun playing ping pong with, I don't even know what that guy's called, but he was from Empire Strikes Back and was trying to, claw Luke down. But yeah, they're just chilling out playing ping pong right now. That one came back from before, and it's a fun bunker.
One of my favorites is above that here, as a big fan of like Johnny Thunder or Adventures type stuff, with kind of the Egyptology bunkers here.
Yes, Anubis Bunker. Yeah, that was another one that kind of came in on the later side, because things as they get transported, they typically have issues, right? So they had to rebuild it here last minute. But yeah, it came together really nicely. And then to the left of that is the Rock Out Bunker, because you got to have your tunes. I didn't get a chance to ask the designer what the chicken was about, but there's a pet chicken sitting there rocking out with the individual. Yeah, and then down below that's the Botanist Bunker. Really colorful, a lot of green, a lot of plant life. Really kind of lets everything pop. They did a really nice job of the lights with that one, just to make sure it's kind of well lit, and where you need the grow lights, you have the grow lights.
There you go. You got to still have some greenery in all the bunkers.
Absolutely. Yep.
One of the ones that I like is this one up here. This was one of our designers took apart part of the Millennium Falcon UCS set and said, I'm going to make it into a bunker. And I really like how he did this part using the part from the back of the Falcon, and he just used that. It looks really nice. It's well lit. He's got a Minoc from underneath. You can't really see that very well, but if you dip down, you can see it. I thought that was super creative.
You got to get all the fandoms represented here.
Yeah, that's the other thing is, we cover any theme. The only guideline is it has to fit this size. Other than that, it's like build whatever you want. And that's one of the things that makes the collab so much fun. You see all kinds of stuff.
Perfect. What do we have below that then?
Oh, below that, let's see, we have the
What's a pool party bunker or something? Yeah, pool party bunker.
Yeah, there it is.
There's a lot of mock cards here. It gets very confusing.
It does, yeah. We tried our best to try to keep the cards more or less sorted with the bunkers, but every now and again you find yourself trying to figure out, which one goes with which. But yeah, a lot of people have been latching on to the Grogu in that one in the hot tub. Yeah. So some of these are battery operated, some of these are AC powered. So trying to keep up with the batteries in itself can be a challenge. But yeah, no, real popular build with the pool. A lot of the kids are asking, how is it deep enough for minifigs to be diving into? Just because we have bunkers right below it. It's hard to explain.
Well, there's kids asking the important questions.
They are, absolutely. Yeah, and it's good because it's letting them use their imagination and trying to figure out the challenges, things like that. And then speaking of challenges, gotta have to figure out how you have a underground river in a bunker, which is nice if you need to catch some fish. So we have a little minifig in there fishing away with the waterfall in the river underground. And then whenever you have water, you have to have a pirate somewhere nearby. So below that is Captain Redbeard's bunker, or bunker, as the mock card emphasizes. So once again, really nice use of just materials you wouldn't necessarily think of. There are a ton of barrels used for those walls and some of the other features within the build. And it's such a cool use of something that you wouldn't necessarily think about when designing a bunker. So it gives it a little bit of character, a little bit of class, and makes it pop just a little bit. Yep. Below that we have home is where the hearth is, and it was kind of more of the traditional thought behind what a dream bunker would be. It's like, if I had to live in a bunker, what would I want to live in? And this is a good example of taking that aspect of the bunker and just like, yep, this is mine, this is what I like. And this is what I'm going to build. So the builder did an outstanding job of just keeping it, true to reality as far as sci-fi stuff goes. So
very homey feel, very nice.
Yes. Yep. And another one that's well lit. The tiles reflecting the light makes it kind of fill in a lot. So yeah, nice. The one up above that is stairs. Seriously? So I can't necessarily remember the movie it's referencing to, but there's a mech in the movie that is stopped by a set of stairs. Like, it could transverse everything else, it just couldn't get past the set of stairs. So yeah, the creator did a really nice job of bringing that into a little bit of humor into the overall build.
That's something that's so interesting about these builds. Even though there's such a small scale, even just one little bunker unit, you can have a funny scene or really bring some characters to life, even in such a small area.
Yeah, and that's kind of the ongoing theme throughout the entire collab. It's so random, and we have so many references to so many things. It's almost too much to look at. We get huge crowds piling up because the kids want to see every little reference and every little Easter egg, and they'll sit here for half hour to an hour just trying to look at it as their parents are trying to pull them away so they can roam the hall and see other bits of goodies.
And I kept track of all the bunkers as we were working on planning the space for the layout, and I still don't even know what's in all of them because there's 140 of them. I can't keep track of that many, but it's very, very cool that it's so popular by the people. We were talking about potentially making this the last year with Perry, and then the crowd basically made it clear, no, you need to keep doing it. So I think it's kind of a tradition now.
Perfect. We'll keep going then. We've got a snow one down here.
Yeah, so let's see, that's Yeti to Bunker. And it was just basically if the Yeti had a bunker, what would he have? Well, he'd have popsicles and other frozen treats because it's cold in the bunker. Above that, we have B is for Bunker. It's a Sesame Street, Bert and Ernie with the puppeteers underneath. And it's funny because when I'm talking to the kids, they're asking, like, why are their necks so long? Why does this look so weird? It's like, well, because Bert and Ernie is a puppet, and they need someone to run the puppets, so you have puppeteers. And even when I first saw it, before I saw the mock card, I was like, this looks weird. Like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, okay, now I get it, yep. The behind the scenes, the stuff that you don't typically think about when looking at Sesame Street or The Muppet Show or anything like that. Let's see, the one up above that is going to be our disaster proof, I believe.
Got some kind of like a mecca in there with a builder, or with just like a
So
chilling on the couch.
yeah, I'm sorry. So that's coffee with mech.
Okay.
So yeah, we have an individual just chilling out with his mech and enjoying a cup of coffee or a cup of tea after doing some repair work, things like that. And then next to that one, we have the classic Batman versus Joker conflict, right? Each in their individual cells, and just trying to make their side of the room just a little bit larger. So it's that constant back and forth.
That was a return from last year. It was done by Perry, who was one of the two guys that created the collab in the first place. And that was a lot of fun.
It's still one of my favorites here. It's so funny. Obviously, if you've seen anything like the Lego Batman movie, you can really appreciate a build like that.
Yeah, and it's one that the kids still recognize, and they're always running up like, oh my gosh, it's the Joker. They don't even see Batman first. They always latch on the Joker, and then it's usually their parents like, well, come around the other side and see why it's going back and forth.
And I'm still learning a lot about Technic, but I always think it's cool when you see something that's motor-driven that would be circular, and they've translated it to horizontal movement, and it's very, very smooth.
Yeah, so below Batman and Joker, or Batman versus Joker, we have Disaster Proof. That was another really cool creative build where you get like the slime trickling down, things like that. They were trying to figure out what animal figurine to put in, the minifigure to put in. They decided on the walrus because the blue hat. They like the hat, and that was their parents trying to decide that with their kids. So
Is that a Fabuland figure?
I do believe so. Yep. Let's see. Going on down below the Disaster Proof, we have Johnny Thunder, another kind of adventure theme crypt running through type scene. So a lot of action, a lot of things going on. The greebling on that one, in particular on the floor, is really well done. It just kind of breaks everything up. It makes it look messy, as it should. Let's see. Next to that, we have the Schrodinger's Bunker, which is just a solid box. We don't know the state of the cat within the box, which plays to the theme of that particular bunker. But when we get asked like, oh, I can't build a bunker, or I just don't got the parts or anything, we point that one out in particular. It's like, this is just a box, and it still works. Yeah. The one up here with the animals behind glass, that is just a box with a glass front and a ton of different figures thrown into it. It's like, that's a bunker. That works. And once again, it's like the kids just kind of latch onto that, and it's like, oh my gosh, what all's in there? So it's fun to kind of get them going with that. Let's see, we got the which one is that one? Yeah, once again, we got a lot of cards. So we got Stephanie's Apoco Lauder is the one with the Friends set. You gotta eat, and most people like hot dogs and or sausages. We just don't discuss how we come up with hot dogs and or sausages. When that one showed up, it took us probably about 10 minutes to get over just how shocking that particular bunker was before we could kind of like, oh yeah, we need to place this somewhere. So yeah, the builder did a really great job, with the gears and just kind of making everything look strangely appropriate for post-epoch. So, and then if you're not eating sausages, you want to be hanging out with your loved ones, your cats. So we do have a bunker for the cat lady, and once again, it's the use of parts that you wouldn't necessarily associate. So we have a lot of the log bricks and just single round bricks, things like that for the walls. It gives it a lot more texture, a lot more contrast, and then the balcony is always nice to see as well, kind of stick out and draw your eye.
Then we got a larger one up here.
Yeah, so that's the luxury bunker. So once again, it's done by the same individual that did Hearth is Where the Home Is, and it was kind of that classic concept of, if I was going to have a bunker and money wasn't necessarily an issue, how would I go about designing it? So we have a wonderful couch, wonderful kind of infinity pool type pool on the inside of a bunker. Second story, bedroom kind of isolated in its own little pod, right? And then you got your entertainment center, with full. I think it's 5.1 surround sound with a decent subwoofer, because if you're gonna watch a movie, you wanna be immersed.
This is the bunker to be in right here.
Absolutely.
I'll point out that it's now renting starting at only $500,000 a month. So you for that you better get something nice.
I love the Dream Bunkers billboard.
Yes. Yeah, that was another addition, a topper that Perry, Mr. Wang, built for that. To include, we got our favorite builders, Boone and Mark, as figurines. They're minifigs.
Surviving on the outside.
Absolutely. Right. Yep. As they would do. They are survivalists at heart.
We can keep moving kind of to the next section here then. So we'll start up top here maybe with the bit of a mess being cleaned up.
Yeah, so the one that you don't want to rent is the one that has the leak in the roof, right? So I believe that one was called, I thought you had fixed the leak in the roof. So yeah, you get a little bit of radioactive sludge and stuff kind of leaking in through the outside, and you got to have a team to clean it up. So that's what they're doing at the moment. Next to that, we got a nice little sushi bar. And once again, that was a really nice use of those LED rope lights, and I don't know exactly what they're called, so that's what we'll go with, those rope lights. But the overall theme, the feel, it's very consistent. It's very very nice. And then at night, when the lights were dim, that back wall just really just illuminated the whole thing and took it to that next level. It was really nice to see.
Track down the next one here.
Yeah. So let's see. The next one is the Cosplay Workshop. So it's basically a costume shop. Got a few different counters and wigs and a little TARDIS in the back corner and things like that. So, if you are going to get stuck in a bunker, you might as well be able to escape reality every now and again and have some fun with that. Let's see, the next one down we got is the Bunker Brewery, because when you're done with a long day of surviving in a bunker, you want some time to relax. So you got your little pizzeria and some of the local brews on tap.
Whatever they're making down in the bunkers.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And I mean, we do have some fine wine, which we'll
get to that in a minute.
We'll get to that here in a second.
The fancy stuff.
Yeah. Yep. And once again, in kind of the true bunker fashion that you don't need a whole lot of parts, we have a Duplo bunker, which is, once again, it's a nice little showcase that you don't have to be limited in your creativity and your parts count.
Yeah, this is something that Perry built, I believe, overnight last bunker in 2020, and I think it was partially just to show, look, you can do something simple, like Rob was saying, but it looks cool, it works, and it's lit and everything. So,
yeah. So the next one we got here is the New Vegas from the Fallout series. It's Mr. Vegas's communication bunker. So in the game, you hear the mysterious voice of New Vegas, but no one actually knew what the bunker looked like or where he was broadcasting from. So one of our builders kind of took that concept and went, let's expand that a little bit. Let's show the world what New Vegas is actually doing with his time. See, going down, we got the EPOC Cafe, because once again, you got to have some place to get some food, get some ice cream, and some treats as you're going through your day-to-day business there in the bunkers. It's kind of a contrasting color from a lot of what we've seen already. There's a lot of Friends colors from the Friends sets, a lot of clears. And it just kind of, once again, it just kind of pops because it's different, it's colorful, it's friendly, it's inviting.
I mean, if you're going to be underground in a bunker, you might as well make it, a fun, friendly place to be, right?
Very true. A little pop of color never hurts.
Yes, exactly. And this is an interesting build in itself because on the back wall, it's all glass. So we were trying to figure out, what would the glass be leading to, right? What would you be seeing? Because, I mean, dirt is dirt, but maybe there's some other things hidden within on the other side of that glass. Down below, we got the ACME Bunker, and it lives up to the theme. There is all sorts of mischief to be had within that bunker, and the Wile E. Coyote trying to catch that Roadrunner and all the plans and other things. And for once in that poor coyote's life, he's actually managed to get a meal out of the chase.
Once he captured him underground, he could finally do it.
Yes, yeah. When the Roadrunner had nowhere else to run, that was the key. That was the last little piece that was missing. So we mentioned earlier that we had fine wine. Here at the bottom there we have the Chateau de Acopolis. And this is the one that actually won one of the awards for the post-apocalyptic whole theme, and it's so well done. It's actually only 2 units high, but they managed to divide it into 3 different layers, starting with the vineyard up top, with the glow lights, just trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to continue to grow these grapes underground? So they have the vines actually hanging from the ceiling and letting those hang freely. And then the next floor down is your compression, your crushing stage for the grapes, so you can get the juices and things like that. And then the last one is the storage, and to let everything kind of ferment and become, the wine that we can enjoy with wine tasting and cheese and things like that. And the interesting thing about the one for this bunker in particular is that bottom floor is actually cheese slopes just on its side. They're actually not attached to anything. They're just laid in there and then secured with the walls and other tiles and things like that. And it brings a really nice texture that you can't otherwise get. So really creative use of individual parts that you just think, okay, it's a cheese slope. But they went a little further and really did something outstanding with it.
Very nice. And then some other brighter colors around that.
Yeah, so we have an Easter Bunny bunker, Easter Bunny hutch. That's another one that I kind of like to point out because we have a lot of cats that we've seen so far. So it's like, oh, if you like cats, you might like some bunnies. So there's some bunnies for you. Once again, it's kind of a nice use of the color palette and bringing in some color that could be, a fairly dull world otherwise. Above that, we have our Shroma Bunker, right? Because once again, you still need to have some options when you're looking for food. So. Yeah, it's once again, it's really nice use of things that you wouldn't necessarily think about. We got the grills back there. We got a menu that was printed. The Shroma on the front is also custom printed and put on the window. So yeah, it was a really nice use of just customization and just kind of make things work for you. Mm-hmm.
Above that, we have EPOC Day Care, which was a real crowd favorite in 2020, and the builder brought it back. I love it because I've never seen that many baby minifigs in one place, and I believe there's even some sewer babies in there. Right, Rob?
I believe so, yeah. Some sewer babies. We got some raptor babies, and then, yeah, just a nice variety of different types. To include, we have some babies with their own little fort, their own little castle that they are defending with all their might.
Is that some Modulex in there as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Once again, it's kind of a really creative use of just those kind of outside bricks and other elements. Below that, we have how Dolores Umbridge makes tea, so a nice popular one from the Harry Potter series. And it's dark in its own way because it's a very beautiful build, very colorful. But the tea itself is actually brewed from the energy or the soul from a student, which is trapped above, hanging upside down. And another real nice use of those rope lights where the energy is kind of trickling down into the teapot itself. And, if you are going to serve up students' energy, who better to have tea with than Darth Vader or some other minion from the Empire.
There's still a place for the villains in the bunkers.
Absolutely. Yep. Next to that, we have a really creative, simple build. And I say simple just in the elements that were used, but the textures they got, and it's extremely hard to get a black bunker to actually stand out. So this is the shrine to the sausage. And it's just, it pops so well. We have a light shining down. They have a hole in the top that is distant enough to where the light is focused and just highlights the sausage there in the center. It really doesn't reflect onto any the other walls. So it's really kind of nice to see that Indiana Jones type, Temple of Doom feel when it comes to the that particular bunker in general.
Got several highs. Is this the bed and breakfast one here?
Yeah, so that's the end of the world bed and breakfast. Once again, it's 3 high, but they've divided it up in such a way that they can get a lot more floors in the build itself. And once again, it's kind of the Friends colors really pops. It's whites and pinks and purples, and just kind of stands out among the rest as we go.
So going back over here, this is Perry made this bunker. It's our communications bunker. It's really creative for a couple of reasons. There was a set, I don't know if it was exclusive to Target, but they had this set a while back that was human-sized versions of Lego pieces like this walkie-talkie. And Perry thought, ooh, we should make that into a communications bunker. And he popped it out through the top, and he left a little gap in the roof here. And it's just super creative. I mean, Perry's very good at all this stuff. But it was really fun to be able to work in a full-size element like that.
Yeah, especially because a lot of the kids haven't seen that. And Target was really smart working with Lego around I think it was last winter when we had a bit of snow throughout the country. And they're like, hey, we got a lot of people out there making snowmen, so let's give them some elements to put with the snowman. So there's the walkie-talkie. There's a couple different hats that came with the set, so you can put them on your snowman. There's a carrot stalk, things like that.
There's like a magic wand with a star on it or whatever.
Yeah, so it's just like, how do we get people out, not only just playing in the snow, but also utilizing Lego? And that was what they came up with. Really, really cool idea that Lego and Target produced.
Yeah, very creative use of that piece there as well.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, because you gotta communicate in the bunker and throughout. Down below, we got our Tough Guys bunker. And the tough guy you might notice is Batman in the dental chair. Not looking so tough, but who can in the dental chair. And then the dentist doing their job there in the bunker. And then below that is the green slime is back, and it's starting to trickle down to the bunker below. Which
is a bit of a theme throughout some of these. The green slime makes its way in.
It does. It does. Yeah, so we have a little bit of a spill. Mad scientists below it, not exactly happy, but they'll use it to some nefarious means at some point.
And so over next to that, we have the deep sea bunker. And to what Rob was saying earlier, that was done by Jonas Ritzman, who is the 9-year-old son of one of the people who is very actively involved in running Brick Cascade. And he's very much interested in oceanography, and he's very, very smart. And it's super creative, and he worked really hard on it. And it's fun to see entries like that from our younger participants.
For sure, yeah, and all the different layers and types of vehicles he included there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice use of different elements that you'll find throughout Lego and a various amount of sets. It isn't just one particular oceanic set that was used, but a lot of different elements from a lot of different sets to produce a very stunning, very beautiful kind of aquarium look. To even having the detail of, as you go deeper, the color blue gets deeper and darker as well. It's a really nice touch to kind of signify some depth to the bunker. And then behind it, as you get deeper and deeper, we have a beautiful clear door that's going to lead to somewhere. We just don't know. We don't know where.
Come back next year to find out.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yep. So above that, we have our the under the sea bunker. Still kind of on theme. A lot of coral pieces, a lot of scuba gear. One of the little Easter eggs that's kind of hard to see from the front, but easier to see from the back, is they actually used Marge's head from the Simpsons minifigures as one of the corals there on the left side. So you get like just a little bit of yellow and then the blue hair going up as a nice little coral type plant. Yep. And then
the next one is one of my favorites. Go ahead, Rob, and explain about what this is.
Yeah, so the one above that is someplace to go.
There's been a distinct lack of toilets in the bunkers.
I think in 2020 we only had one in the entire collab.
Yes, and the builder of that took note and provided a few extra stalls. It's also the only bunker besides the communication bunker, because it goes through the roof, that's actually vented. Because if you have a bathroom, you want it to be vented.
There you go. Very nice. And then we've got a couple up top here.
Yeah, so we have from the same builder that brought us the EPOC Baby Daycare, gave us EPOC School. Because once the babies grow up, they need to have some lessons in life. And one of the most important lessons you can have is how to survive. So instead of having the alphabet on the back wall, they actually have the survival lessons that the students need to memorize in order to be out there and creative and being able to live the lives to their fullest in the bunker life.
Education is very important.
It is, absolutely. Yep. And another thing that was lacking up until this year was that dedicated teacher. Next to that, we have our Dream Bunker Garage. A lot of people just working on those cars that you want to have while you're underground. Not a whole lot of storage. We do have a door that, as we continued to build our bunkers, we actually blocked in. And it was kind of we don't need a ramp here anymore. Let's build a bunker. And then after the fact, we realized, oh, yeah, there's a door here. But that's fine. It's not going anywhere. Yep, it's not going anywhere. So real creative use of the cabinets and the motor, because there's a crate motor sitting there that they can swap in and out. Good soda machine in the back. Just a nice use of greebling just to kind of tell a nice complete story. Next to that is another return from 2020. It's the apartment from The Fifth Element. That was one a lot of people asked about the first couple of days of Brick Cascade. And since it wasn't here, we kind of went to the builder and went, oh, by the way, do you still have that? And then went, yes. It's like, that's requested. Please bring it back. So it's making its second showing. Below that, we have our CSI crime scene. The investigators are currently on break, but you got a nice little scene there. Once again, it doesn't take a whole lot of parts to tell a story. See, below that one, we have our forbidden section, which is the forbidden section of the library from Harry Potter. So the lantern there is actually floating with the invisible arm attached. Most of the minifigure there is just in the invisibility cloak. So all you see is the lantern with the hand poking out. And then for the rest of what we have here is actually a mini collab within the collab. So we have a group of builders away from the Portland area, but was really interested to kind of bring something together. I want to say it was 5 different builders within this particular collab, but it's Bowser's Bunker, and then the surrounding Mario-themed bunkers around it. So we have Boo's Hunted Bunker. We got the Goomba Spawner. We got the Angry Sun's Desert Resort Bunker. Right below that, we have the Mario Armory and Trophy Room. So we have Toad's hiding out with his little Mario Kart, right? And then the Trophy Lounge as well. And then below Mario, we have the underwater level, because what's Mario without the underwater level? Yep. And over here we got the Mario Haunted Garden, and then below that we have the underside of the garden with the pipe, while Luigi is actually trying to be a plumber, which is something that you don't typically associate with the Mario Brothers anymore. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the bunkers we have this year. Once again, it's 140 separate units, which blasted out of the water the 115 we had a previous year. A lot more creativity coming to it. Kind of people had a lot more time to kind of think about it. So yeah, it's been a great collab to work with. Trying to figure out how to Tetris everything together is always interesting. Trying to figure out how to get the Christmas lights we have in the design to reach all the bunkers and make sure everything's lit. That if the creators hadn't lit them themselves. But yeah, it's a fun build. It's nice to see kind of the community just kind of come together and just have a bunch of fun with no restrictions. Yeah, just it's a showcase and a testament to their spirit and their creativity and it's so much fun to be a part of.
Yep. So yeah, thanks a lot for letting us show this to you.
Sure. Thank you for taking the time to take us through each one. I know it's a lot of detail to show off, but it's so cool. I mean, every section has its own unique style and creativity. So this is all so fantastic. Thank you guys for all the work that you put in, and everyone else who contributed to this did such a great job. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys.